Magavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arakir Galadirth, the head of Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer in our very interesting Umbar campaign. Now, I must first talk because this is the first episode where you will be able to hear this, and that is that. As I spoke of in the Heroes of Might and Magic video that went up on the 4th of March, my Windows 10 got completely corrupted and I had to reset my entire computer to factory settings, which has brought me back to Windows 8. Which is brilliant because Windows 8 I have no problems with at all. My game is already running smoother, far smoother than it ever did with Windows 10. However, obviously my save games are all fine. All three of them are okay, as you'll see as they all play on. And that's obviously made evident by the fact we're watching the Umbar campaign. But there will now be some very weird quirks and bugs that you can already see as I highlight over that. Whereby, because we're now playing where the map has changed, but the descript strat can't change in a save game, but the map for some reason can, there are now some very weird oddities, as I will show you. Now, I'm uncertain if these will lead to bugs, so you will have to bear with me, but the best example of this is if we head up to the river that I changed. The river has been changed, but the ports haven't. So on a brand new version, the ports will all be one tile in and they'll be actually on the land. But in this version, the ports are now all actually in the sea, which is a major problem. The changes I've made to the towns are all still problems. They're all still bugging out. So there might be a few problems with the map. So that's the first thing to bear in mind. And that may cause the odd little glitch or bug here and there. So I must just mention that first. As I say, all of my campaigns are okay, so there's no issue there. Now, the other thing was, I recorded Enedwaith episode 14 before this one. On the same day today, I did it before this one. And for some reason, my turn times had tripled. They were taking about 1 minute and 10 seconds. And this, after some experimentation, has led me to the knowledge, by testing it firsthand, that if you have really, really long turn times, the best way to cut them down is by reducing your graphics level. Now, I didn't think of this, but then I realised why it is afterward. But with my graphics, with everything at high across the board, my turns took 1 minute and 10 seconds on average. I reduced everything down to about medium, mostly leaning towards low, though. And now my turns are back to about 18, 19 seconds, if that. So it's the first point is that if you're having slow turn times, drop your graphics. And you should experience vast improvements across the board. That is, of course, because Med 2 is a single core game. It can't utilize your other cores. Excuse me, sorry. And so the increased work rate that is being demanded of it by the higher graphics, that's all basically going through the same channel, and it's all getting clogged up, and it just slows the whole game down. That's my best guess anyway. So those of you with 8 cores or whatever, you'll likely actually realise that this game runs pretty poorly unless you can massively overclock a core, because it will only utilise a single core of your 8 available, and that means it's only using 1/8 of the power of your computer, which is essentially a very old computer. So there's a little bit about Med 2 for you. But anyway, let's carry on with this. Your feedback from... they weren't the last 2 episodes, I don't think. No, the 2 episodes before the last 2, episodes 21 and 22, has been very interesting indeed, and most of you think that I really need to get rid of the Corsair armies. This is the first video I've recorded since those videos have gone up. As I say, it's only the 4th of March today, so they actually went up yesterday and the day before. And you all think I should get rid of Corsairs, and many of you as well also believe that my abilities on the battlefield are somewhat lacking. And so I've got a great deal of work to do. I will also briefly just take this opportunity to tell you, as I have done with the Enedwaith video that's gone up in the timeline of these videos before this one, Enedwaith 11 and Anduin 16, that this marks the first week of me being away. I will be away until the 3rd of June. So in that time, I will not be able to reply to many comments, if at all. So just get that one out of the way. And finally, the major modding changes that you may have seen, I posted a changelog up on Total War Center back on the 1st of March. If you haven't already gone and looked, go and have a look. Because within that, it explains that An Caragmir no longer starts as a Haradrim town. I've also moved it down into the wastes down here somewhere, but I don't really want to tell you all. I want you to at least have to guess where it is. So it's moved down into the wastes, and it now has a vast garrison of the new Trollman unit alongside the old Trollman unit and a couple of Mumakil. because it's the wealthiest province in the game, bar none, I decided it should be removed somewhat. So it's now miles away in the waste, and nobody owns it. Additionally, Harad no longer start with Imlad Khanan. And then once I get around to editing their stats, which I've not done yet, they will also be a much more elite force. But that doesn't matter for these videos, because Harad, of course, have been defeated. This is all about Khand and Megujin. Megujin, Lorgan, Captain Sahar, Captain Baraz, Gizig, Ethakali, and Batu are all coming for us. But anyway, that's enough. Apologies for the 5 minutes of information. We are back with defending Umbar. With hordes and hordes of Corsairs, because I have yet to change the armies up. But we want to get our Abrazanim out, as many of you have suggested. And indeed, if we can, we want to get Royal Guard. We're making about 5,000, and that's all going to go on the defence.
Yes.
So, Gibran, who is our support, I would like you to drop in.
Move!
And I want you to take... How many units are coming? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll wait until they are actually coming, which will be a turn to go, I expect.
You in battle.
But I think the Candish troops will probably attack. And we can get them with stakes. The game's great cheating device. As many of you have pointed out, I really need to start using... Oh, we've got the text bug because it's Steam. Oh, I didn't have that bug on the disc version, but now I've got it on the Steam version. I think I know how to fix that, so that will be fixed by the next episode. Does it do it for everything? That is purely a Steam bug related to the way the text files are saved. But I do have the ability to fix that, I think, anyway. I will get on that and try and resolve it. That's frustrating. It's not a major bug, obviously. It just shows up the recruitment time. The religion recruitment comes like that instead, and I'm sure it affects a few other things. Anyway, let's end the turn, as I think that's where we are. Waiting to be trounced by the armies of Khand, who are pursuing us quite relentlessly. And of course, Beriorn Castle stands guard in our northern side. So we continue. Hopefully you will see the considerably shorter turn times that I've managed to get. And yes, they are moving through quite rapidly. That's good there. It's annoyed me about the text bug. I want to try and get that fixed. So what I might do is I'll fix that in between. Once we're back after this end turn, I will end this merge, and I'll basically just pop off for a second and come back, and it'll be as though I never went. But of course, I will try and get that fixed. So Dogul Dor have come and arrived. We've got 2 coming of ages. Someone in Imlad Khanan. That's pretty damn perfect, actually. And Solomon is just next to Umbar.
Yes.
Solomon joined that army. Umbar is not under attack, but it's going to get 2 units in time. And they are both defenders. So we will replace for them. I want to keep at least some pikemen. And archers aren't really that useful in the city, actually, so we'll swap archers out. So they'll take the place of the archers. Q's are stalled, of course. Barad Han got some archers. That's interesting. Oh, good lord, why are we doing that? Oh, because of Dol Amroth. Of course, our grand defeat across the river to Dol Amroth is finally going to bite us in the bud. Making about 3,000. It's because we're training troops everywhere. Because we can't risk...
Your orders, my lord.
Alright, get back to Uthafa's glory. Oh, they're coming for Amrun pretty hard now. Their whole attention has just been shifted to Amrun. Oh, don't tell me they're going for Ankaragmir as well. Oh, yes, they are, but we've got troops training there. We've got troops training everywhere. Nowhere is safe. But look how much money we're making, because we've got such a vast amount of troops. Must be making loads of money at the moment. We only get 1 free upcreep in Tirathride. That's not very good. Mordor on their way. Let's shift out some of those pikemen up to Beriorn, where they're more useful.
We can go no further today.
Alright, I am going to be gone for your time for absolutely no time whatsoever, but for my time, probably quite some time. So we'll save that. Back in a second. Okay, I am back. Right, I've worked out what the problem is, and it is because Steam does not... the Steam executable does not rewrite certain strings.bin for the text files. So if you delete them, which I have, because you need to delete them for them to regenerate so that modding changes take effect, they will not regenerate, and thus in campaign you will get the odd annoying little bug. So I have got onto Hummingbird, and he will pop them into our joint file where we save. Oh, the Horondor mercenaries are in the game now. Into the file structure where we have the mod saved when it's being worked on. So in the next video, they will all be fixed. There'll be strings.bin generated properly for them. They will also be released in every version that we release from here on out. So as long as you don't accidentally delete your text folder, you should never have that bug. It's annoying that Steam doesn't generate them properly because the disc version does. It makes me want to go back to the disc version, to be honest. I'd only gone with the Steam version for simplicity, since obviously I've had to come back from nothing as the computer reset. Right, what do we think they're going to do down here? Let's enter and find out. Let's try and get a battle in this episode rather than me still fiddling. I apologise for the fiddling in this episode and Enedwaith episode 14. But both of them are essentially my guinea pig runs of using A, Steam, because I never used to use Steam, I always use my disc version of Med 2. B, ensuring that it works, fiddling with turn times, getting them faster, and of course fiddling with all my settings. Like I've got to change all my keys again, because I have a mouse that's got a load of buttons on it and they all do something. So it's just been playing around with all of that to get it back to where I need it to be.
The enemy has surrounded us. We are besieged.
That one unit of pikemen has abandoned us to the kingdom of Gondor, Dol Amroth.
I'm gonna stick you.
Oh, the Misty Mountains are coming in force. So are Rune. They've come through the northern passage rather than the southern. That's interesting. There is an enormous army outside of Amrun, and I foolishly forgot the forces we had in the fort. So they're now trapped in the fort. Megajin, it looks like he is going to be heading south for Ankaragmir, so let's hope they can train their troops. And of Umbar itself. Right, in one more turn they're going to be ready, so we're taking 2 more units again. They're heavy hitting attacking units, so Corsair warriors, and we'll take the Trollmen.
Yes.
Step out for now.
As you command. Forming up into a force to be
Going to
feared.
go down there. There's no way we're going to hold in
They will
Amrun.
not waste
Well, they'll have a lot of cavalry actually, and we don't have any units that can deploy stakes. They are coming back for Imlad Khanan, so we are right to continue holding on there. The users in that fort, the gentlemen in that fort. Well, Huthafa's glory is actually doing all right, isn't it?
Yes,
I think we need to just charge back
How
out.
may I serve? Orders. Orders. Yes.
We will claim back Amrun after it falls, and we'll try and hold it to the best of our ability as well. So immediately straight in. Let's end the turn again. It's a tricky one. Tricky indeed. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
A prime position to launch a cowardly ambush if need be.
We are so vastly outnumbered here. Amrun is being attacked. Oh, we got a garrison unit. And Captain Gizik doesn't stand very much of a chance at all. It's put it at 1-1. Right, new Umbar save. Umbar. Battle. Save. Game save conceded. Fight the battle.
My lord.
In we go.
Prepare the men to attack.
If we can hold them off, that would be brilliant. Now, as Hummingbird, if any of you had seen on the forums, as Hummingbird has said, and in some of the videos that came up yesterday and the day before, the second and the third, Khan will first of all throw all of their militia stacks at us, because they've been sitting in their heartland doing nothing but training militia for a long time, and they will now throw all of these militia units at us. Unfortunately, though, after that, they usually have quite a bit of money, so they will likely then have enough to come at us with even more. And then after this initial wave of militia, they'll be throwing their better units at us. So It depends how well we can hold. Right, what do we do here? Should we hold for the square in the middle and just try and win with attrition? Hold them out? Or do we try and surround them when they come through the gate? Now I'm thinking hold down the middle because they haven't really got any... Oh, it's noticeable that the shadows have been turned down. That they're flickering around all over the place. I might just turn shadows off, to be honest. I never really liked them. I think they added a great deal. We're going to position you all once we can actually start. Now the Abrazanim Nardu... What are they? Narduzagar. They used to be called Belagar Swordmen, I think. Now they're aggressive, 14, 15. Footmen are still our lower tier units. And then of course we've got 2 units of pikemen and 2 units of Southron defenders. We'll put both of those into that formation. Those can go into that formation. The pikes are ready, so start the battle. So, the pikemen, you will cover the main causeway. Now I think they have actually got a lot of archers, so it is likely that we will see a vast amount of archers fire against us. Oh, one interesting modding change you might be interested in as we line up our forces is that I edited every unit that can go into shield wall formation, and I believe I have found the file which dictates how close they stand in shield wall mode.
Our enemy's ladders have reached our walls. It's time for butcher's work.
So, put simply, they should no longer shuffle forward repeatedly. Oh, they sound cool, don't they?
Waiting for orders. Our blades thirst.
Our blades thirst! Right, let's drop our general at the back. Oh, Southron defenders, come on, I just moved you. And Abrazanim Narduzagar.
Curses! The enemy are battering down
Sound
our
over
gates.
there. Oh, what's going on here? Just had enough of life, have we?
Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates. The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them.
Right, there we are. Right, we'll keep it on time 6 till they meet us. And they're going cavalry head on into pikemen. Drop your pikes! Drop your pikes! Oh, it's because they're moving, apparently. Right, that should be a slaughter. Marauders are basic militia of Khand. Despite their cool look and their reasonably aggressive axe, they are only militia. And then there is a horde of archers who hopefully will do very, very little at this stage. So we will loose formation there, stand out across the middle. Did anyone go that way? No. Some units are going that way, but they're a bit undecided. Alright, that would be most of their cavalry slain, one would hope, by the pikes. They get a huge benefit against fighting cavalry. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, what are you doing? Nobody is coming from the left-hand side. Additionally, nobody is coming from the right-hand side. Oh, no, tell you what we're going to do then. We've got more than enough in the middle to keep us occupied. We're going to try and flank them. Off we go. Round we go. They're going round as well. Oh, there are units on the walls. Oh, there's all of their militia. Their foot soldiers. Alright, Southron. And how goes the situation in the centre? We are coming under fire. Let's move those pikemen out. There's no point losing pikemen for no reason, and we've lost a lot. Right, we've got them trapped at the back there. Come out of time 6 because there's too many units in one location. Pikemen, no longer defensive. Come out of spear wall and charge them. Keep the enemy at bay. Stop just dying for no reason. Right, you gentlemen as well. You are not really being used here. Better guys, look at them. Formidable. The Southrons trap them as well. Right, Abrazanim march down the centre. Good pikes hold there. You're wasted, and you've just been shot to buggery.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Oh, the enemy general has died.
His troops will lose their will to
Oh,
fight.
am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Yes, I am. Some units at the back have routed. I think we might be experiencing vast routing. Oh, I don't know. No, everyone appears to be steady, actually. Now, of course, we have the melee advantage, the Brazanim Narduzagar. Getting quite good at saying that. The Narduzagar are very, very aggressive. Far more aggressive than these steep archers or step archers. I always want to say that as steep, but it is step anyway. They have 5 defense and only a 2 melee. And ours are on a 14 defense with a, what was it, 12 melee, something like that? 14 attack. Which they will shred them. And they're trapped at the back here with just vast numbers. So I think we might be alright. We're going to lose a lot, but hopefully we can clinch it. Move our pikemen up to make sure that the centre doesn't get taken. Keep it at time 6. Make sure nobody is on defensive mode. And keep pressing, keep pressing! As long as we stay 10% behind their losses, we will take the victory. Archers along the whole border. Oh, we are shredding them and making progress. The pikes are prodding through as the swordsmen hack and slash. They look really good when they're upgraded. I know I say that all the time, but they get a really cool mask and I think they look epic. Are they our towers still? Yes, they are. They're giving us, they're supporting us. As we attack on both sides. I want to use the pikemen somehow, but there's no real... Oh, I suppose I could run them around here. We can drop them in at the back. We can hit those steppe tribesmen who have come out of the wall. This is a gamble, though. This is a massive gamble. We're caught there.
We've lost half of our men.
Our men are exhausted and tired.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Go on, pikemen. You are the decisive. You are the change to this side. Yes. Almost insta waiver by the arrival of the pikes. More units are broken. We hold the gate. Perfect. Now attack them in the rear. Sorry, I'm shouting. That's these victories against Khand are so important. Khand are about the only faction that really threatens me at the moment because Dol Amroth just don't have the resources. Yes, they can bribe one of our units and they can bribe us till the cows come home, but they've not got the resources to really threaten us. Our garrisons of Tirathoros and Barad-Han will be able to hold them both very, very easily. So,
the enemy army flees the field.
Oh, capture what you can. Capture what you can. Don't chase them too much, though, because you're not very fast. There we are. An excellent victory.
This is a clear
Thousands of them died upon our blades. 441 from the Narduzagar. Oh, you were all correct when you said I should upgrade. I have underestimated how elite we made Umbar when we did the stat changes. The original thinking was always that Harad would be more of the horde, they'd be the weaklings, they would rely on numbers, and then a few unique units here and there. The Hashari, the Mumakil, the Trollmen. And Umbar would be elite almost from day one. So once you get past the Corsairs, who even themselves are pretty strong, goodness gracious, I've never seen the Riddermark do well. What on earth is going on here? Rohan are rising. Since the days of Folkwine, Rohan has been recovering its strength of old, while new evils will oft sap the will and resolve the riders. Without doubt that Rohan is once again the size and strength in unity, as it was when first Eorl rode through the lands in Helm. And Helmhamhan gained the strength and will of forging strike on a hot anvil. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal news. And that's an excellent victory by us. Canned will pay. Canned will pay tenfold is what I shall call this episode. That's generic and vague enough, isn't it?
Your orders, my lord.
Right, well, the garrison of Amrun just held. It can train even more Abrazanim. And it should be alright on its own, to be honest. The pikemen and the archers, you guys go and join them.
Your orders, my lord.
The cavalry we have here, I want you to return, because Imlad Khanum should easily be able to hold. Oh, we're earning no money now. We are earning no money now.
Your orders,
I want you to divvy up your forces then. How likely is Amrun to be attacked again? Not really. The infantry and one unit of cavalry go to Amrun with him. Aban and the rest of you return to Thaf's glory and guard there. And of course the gentleman down there. Right, I will end that episode there. That's been thoroughly enjoyable. Let's hope that we can keep up this strength and this pressure and keep knocking the invasion forces back as they stream through our northern lands. Every single faction that can join an invasion is represented in the fields of Harad at this time. I just want to see why Rohan are doing well. Oh, the Misty Mountains faction lead is coming for us. They've got Tirthander and they've got Rockburg, which they do often get. Foldburg is theirs. Derwath is theirs. Ginyard is held by Dunland, not Isengard. But they do have Gund and Bregnas, but Gondor are taking that back. And how have Dol Amroth got Tharagrondost? They haven't. That's a Gondorian castle. So why are the lands of the Druidine said to belong to Dol Amroth? Well, that's a little interesting one. Dol Amroth themselves not really doing too well. See, they've not got enough troops to really press on us. But of course, we don't want to unlock the wrath of Gondor, who are holding Mordor at bay quite soundly with us being enemies of Mordor. But anyway, that will end that episode there. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and I can thoroughly enjoy the rest of the Umbar campaign. So for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Pedimad Melunin, and fare thee well.